We now are talking about Johnson & Johnson, which has divisions focused on pharmaceuticals, medical devices and consumer healthcare products, including contact lens maker Acuvue.
Right, which is a world leader in that space. So we know it's a giant, and we often talk about J&J, and we own them in the international portfolio. So we're going to whiz through this.
$333 billion.
They also own the LASIK surgery business that they bought from Abbott. So they're in the robotic.
Let me say that again, $333 billion US. Now, we've just been speaking about two companies which are around about $29 billion.
So this thing is
each.
10 times larger.
Exactly, that's the point that I'm making. Price to earnings ratio, 20.7, dividend yield here of 2.7%. So we're talking a true heavyweight. There's the share price graph. As Paul says, it is in our US hot stocks portfolio.
Yeah. Gary, what do you think of these?
No, we own Johnson & Johnson in portfolios, and I think you have to. I mean, it's outperformed the S&P 500 over the last 5 years. It's also, I mean, it's one of those. You talk about the size, but this company's growing earnings at roughly the same pace as Luxottica S-Law. So it's got a fantastic business model. I mean, they can be very acquisitive. Their structure is very decentralized. So they've got, I think, 250 business units underneath it. They can buy off the sort of the innovative biotech guys. They reap all the rewards during the patent process, and then they can sell off, the generic pharma business. Pharma's still making up about half of this, so not really eye care, but definitely, I mean, we're sort of talking about it in the discussion. But I mean, just absolutely, probably one of the most blue chip companies on the market in the world. So I think out of S&P 500, this is one of the few companies that carries a AAA rating from S&P on their credit.
More than the US government.
More than the US government. I mean, I think the only other one from S&P is Microsoft. And I mean, you look at their dividend history, they've paid a progressive dividend for the last 55 years uninterrupted.
No, you can't argue with that history.
There's no
we like
no one
it,
else
given
like it.
the fact that we're exposed to it.
So the half in pharma has, on occasion, been a cause for concern. Remicade, which is a drug for rheumatoid arthritis, had slightly weaker sales. That was a bit of a concern in the recent results. But the consumer pharma, which is all the Band-Aids and the sun blocks and the hair care products and the baby washers and all that, continues
Never
to
get
do
enough
fine.
of those products.
They bought a few more assets in that space recently. So I think with the Acuvue thing and the addition of the Abbott laser surgery business, I think this one is well positioned as always. So I think you've got to own it.
You're going hot on this one? Hot?
Yeah,
You're both hot.
Certainly not.